The road into the heart of the mountains is a winding thing, a ribbon of asphalt that seems to disappear into the unknown. Each curve reveals a new secret, a new story waiting to be told. It twists and turns, flanked by steep green hills that rise up like ancient sentinels guarding the mysteries of this land. The drive is both beautiful and humbling, a reminder of nature's power and patience. A thick blanket of trees swallows the sunlight whole, casting the forest floor in a gentle emerald gloom. The air is cool and heavy with the scent of moss and earth, and the only sounds are the distant calls of birds and the rustle of leaves. In the early morning, mist clings to the valleys, curling around the hollows and drifting between the trees. It softens the edges of the world, giving the place a timeless, almost mystical feel, as if the past and present exist side by side. This isn't the America you see on postcards or in glossy travel magazines. There are no crowds, no souvenir shops, no carefully curated attractions. Instead, there is a raw, unfiltered beauty that speaks to those willing to look a little closer. This is Appalachia, a land of profound, rugged beauty and hardship. The mountains are both a sanctuary and a challenge, shaping the people who call this place home. As you drive deeper, modern life fades away, replaced by a sense of isolation and quiet resilience. The world outside seems to slip from memory, and you become part of the landscape itself. Chain restaurants give way to family-owned stores with faded signs, places where generations have gathered for groceries, gossip, and a sense of belonging. These small businesses are the heartbeat of the community, holding stories in every creak of the floorboards. Houses tucked in the hills show signs of struggle, peeling paint, overgrown yards, and the quiet dignity of people who endure. Here, hardship is worn openly, but so is pride. Satellite dishes on old farmhouses mix the old world with the new, a symbol of how tradition and change coexist in uneasy harmony. The past is never far away, even as the present creeps in. For centuries, these mountains isolated people, shaping their lives and forging a culture of independence and self-reliance. The land demanded strength, and the people answered with grit and ingenuity. This journey is about understanding the people who live here, their hopes, their hardships, and their unwavering connection to the land. Every face tells a story, every handshake is an invitation to listen. They are bound to this land by blood and history, by memories passed down through generations. Family ties run deep, and the mountains are as much a part of their identity as their own names. To understand their struggles is to understand a crucial part of the American story, a story of perseverance, of loss and hope, of communities holding together in the face of adversity. It's a story that needs to be told with honesty and empathy, a story that reminds us of the strength found in forgotten places and the enduring spirit of those who call them home. Not long ago, these hills echoed with industry. The valleys and ridges of Appalachia were alive with the constant hum of work, the clang of metal, and the shouts of men starting their shifts before dawn. The landscape was shaped not just by nature, but by the hands of generations who carved out a living from the earth. The rumble of coal trains was the region's heartbeat. Each train that snaked through the mountains carried not just coal, but the hopes and livelihoods of entire communities. The sound was a promise that work would continue, that families could stay together, and that small towns would thrive. Men emerged from the mines covered in black dust, their faces marked by exhaustion and pride. For many, mining was a family tradition passed down like a legacy, a rite of passage into adulthood. It was hard, dangerous work, but it was work. Underground, the air was thick and the risks were real, but so was the sense of purpose. Every shift was a gamble, but it put food on the table and built a sense of community that ran deep. Now, those sounds are mostly gone. The hills that once vibrated with life now sit in silence, their stories echoing only in memory. The mines have closed and the steel mills are dark. Where once there was the glow of molten metal and the steady rhythm of machinery, now there is only emptiness and the slow decay of what was. Jobs that supported towns have vanished. Main streets that bustled with activity are now lined with shuttered shops and faded signs, reminders of better days. Rusted mining equipment lies abandoned, reclaimed by nature. The tools that once built futures now sit forgotten, slowly being swallowed by weeds and time. Old company towns are quiet and half-empty. Houses that once overflowed with families now stand vacant, their windows staring blankly at the roads. The silence is the loudest sound of all. It's a silence that weighs heavy, a constant reminder of what's been lost. It's the sound of an economy that has collapsed. The dreams that once built these towns have faded, leaving behind uncertainty and struggle. My grandfather spoke of the mills as a ticket to the middle class. For his generation, a job in the mill or the mine meant stability, dignity, and a future for their children. That promise has been broken. The security that once defined these places has crumbled, leaving behind only memories and broken dreams. The generation that followed found the jobs gone. Young people now face a future with fewer options, forced to choose between leaving home or staying and struggling. This isn't just an economic problem, it's a crisis of identity. The loss of work has shaken the very foundation of what it means to belong here. When work disappears, a part of who you are goes with it. The pride of providing, the sense of purpose, the connection to a shared history, all of it is threatened. People are told to retrain, but that's easier said than done. Learning new skills in midlife or after decades in one trade is daunting. The jobs that are available often pay less and offer little of the security that once existed. It's easy to judge from the outside. Outsiders may see only poverty or decline, but they miss the deep roots and fierce loyalty that bind people to this land. But leaving these hills would be like cutting off a limb. For many, this is more than just a place. It's home, filled with memories, family, and a sense of belonging that can't be replaced. This land is part of them, for better or worse. The soil, the mountains, the rivers, they are woven into the fabric of every story, every life. The world has changed, and those jobs are not coming back. The industries that built these towns have moved on, leaving communities to search for new ways to survive. They are caught in a difficult position. The past is gone, the future is uncertain, and the present is a daily struggle to hold on to what matters most. When formal jobs disappear, people get creative. This is the kitchen table economy, a patchwork of side hustles and government assistance. It's a man fixing cars for cash or a woman selling homemade goods. It's not a career, just survival. Dale, a former mechanic, now takes odd jobs. He never knows how much he'll make. Some weeks are okay. Others barely cover petrol. Government benefits are a lifeline, not a luxury. They keep families from complete destitution. This informal economy creates constant uncertainty. You can't plan for the future. Life becomes about getting through today. It's a rational response to economic instability. When your world is precarious, you focus on the present. It's the only way to keep from being overwhelmed. In a region with open space, housing should be affordable. But many homes are in serious disrepair. Crumbling foundations and leaky roofs are common. People live in a state of making do. Mobile homes are often the only affordable option. They depreciate quickly and offer little protection. Mary lives in a trailer with her grandchildren. She stuffs rags in the walls to keep the wind out. Her dream of a real house feels far away. This housing crisis is a hidden part of poverty. It affects health and takes a psychological toll. A safe home is the foundation of a good life. For many, that foundation is crumbling. It's a problem passed down through generations. In a place where institutions often fall short, people in the hollows have learned to depend on each other for survival, comfort, and a sense of belonging. Here, the bonds between neighbors and kin are not just important, they are essential to daily life. Family is everything, the first and sometimes only social safety net. When times get tough, it's family that steps in, offering support, shelter, and a shoulder to lean on. In these hills, the family unit is the foundation on which everything else is built. It's common to see 3 generations living close together, sometimes even under the same roof. Grandparents help raise grandchildren, and adult children care for aging parents, creating a cycle of mutual support that spans lifetimes. When someone loses a job or falls on hard times, family members rally around, sharing what little they have. No one is left to face hardship alone, and generosity is a matter of pride. These bonds are forged out of both love and necessity. They are strengthened by shared struggles and the knowledge that, in the end, family is all you can truly count on. But this reliance on family is a double-edged sword. It's a source of incredible strength, but it can also bring pressure, expectations, and sometimes even resentment. For young people, these close ties can make it difficult to leave, even when opportunities call them elsewhere. The pull of home is strong, and the fear of letting family down is real. The sense of community extends beyond blood. In small towns, everyone knows everyone. Neighbors are more than acquaintances. They're often like extended family, sharing in each other's joys and sorrows. Churches serve as the heart of the community, acting as gathering places, support networks, and sources of hope. Potlucks, Sunday services, and community events bring people together, reinforcing these vital connections. Yet, this closeness can also be a downside. In a place where everyone knows your name, privacy is rare and gossip travels fast. Reputations stick, and there's a deep-rooted suspicion of outsiders. Newcomers are watched carefully and trust is earned slowly, if at all. This protectiveness is a defense mechanism, a way to safeguard traditions, and a way of life that feels threatened by change. The same bonds that hold the community together can also make it resistant to new ideas. Change comes slowly, if at all, and is often met with skepticism. The Hollows are a place of warmth and welcome, but also of caution and insularity, a community defined by both its open arms and its closed ranks. Statistics show despair, but not the whole story. They miss the incredible resilience here. It's a quiet, stubborn strength. People face a world that's forgotten them with dignity. This resilience is born from a history of hardship. They are descended from pioneers who endured much. They find joy in small things and refuse to be defined by poverty. They are resourceful, proud, and incredibly tough. Understanding their resilience is as important as their struggles. It's a crucial part of seeing the whole picture. They are active agents in their own lives. Returning to a city from the mountains is jarring. It feels like two different countries. The city is vibrant, full of possibility. The problems of the Hollows feel a world away. The contrast is stark. In the city, slow Wi-Fi is a complaint. In the mountains, reliable internet is rare. Food deserts are common, unlike city grocery stores. These are fundamental gaps in opportunity. This divide is economic and cultural. There's a lack of understanding between these Americas. The gap is a serious problem for the country. The American dream feels like a lie to many here. This creates alienation and hopelessness. It's corrosive to the nation's fabric. The media often portrays this region in broad strokes. Stories about Appalachia are usually about crises or politics. They miss the texture of daily life and humanity. To understand this place, look beyond headlines. Listen to individual stories. Meet the grandmother raising grandchildren with fierce love. Talk to the young person desperate for college. Sit with an old miner proud of his work. Realize the commonalities with people here. They want the same basic things as everyone. Empathy is the first step to understanding. Their struggles are part of our collective story. My journey leaves more questions than answers. There are no simple solutions to generational problems. The challenges are immense, and the path is unclear. Our current approach is not working. Ignoring the problem deepens the divide. We need to change how we think about poverty. It's a complex web of forces, not a character flaw. Move from blame to understanding. This requires effort and seeking challenging perspectives. Support local journalists and community leaders. Ask hard questions about inequality. America's poorest region is a mirror of our promises. The resilience of the people is a testament to strength. Their struggles challenge our conscience. We must rise together or continue to drift apart.